the first play, you will only have 2 chances to complete this page. And you have a lot of information to cover. So let's read instructions together, and then I tell you the mechanic of this section. Help me, Elsie, with the instructions.
You will hear
Bridge
a
English.
woman
Key in.
Oh,
Sorry, that was me. Sorry.
you will hear a woman called Angela Thomas, who works for a wildlife organization, taking about the
Again, it doesn't say take.
talking about
Mhm.
the spectacular bear.
Mhm.
Bear. Sorry.
Bear.
Spectacular.
Spectacle. Okay, let's see that word.
No.
Ein.
Spectacle.
Spectacle.
Spectacled.
Mhm. So it's a type of bear. You see, it's kind of, I don't know how to call this, but it's the name of the species.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
that's it. So read the instruction that is after that.
For questions 9 to 18, complete the sentences with a word or short phrase.
This instruction is super important. A word or short phrase. What's the meaning of short phrase? Or what do you understand by short phrase? Try to get the concepts that we have been training with before. What's a short phrase?
I think it could be something more complex, no? Because we have reviewing like the noun phrases, the verb phrases. Is it correct? Yes, no? So I think that it's not only the combination of the words, so it goes beyond maybe.
Not that much, eh? The original
No?
definition that you have, the original definition of phrase, is very important here. Don't ignore that.
Okay.
What
Then
was your original
um,
phrase?
I don't know. Maybe there are more than two words together.
Correct. More than 2 words together. That were in the audio together. So you can just extract this information and fill the lines with that phrase, with that pair of words or couple of words. So it can be just one word or possibly 2 or 3 maximum, not that much. And it's a phrase because it can be a noun, but a group of words that together comprise a noun.
Mhm.
Or it can be a verb, but a group of words that together comprise the verb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the reason it's so tricky. This exam, it's about really paying attention to the words that they are saying, so you can duplicate that into your speech.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question. Is the audio exactly as the text here?
No,
No. Okay. Yes.
text will
That
be
makes
paraphrased.
it. Yes. It makes things difficult.
Exactly. Because it can be similar to my practices where I put literal words, but in this case, it's a
Yeah.
paraphrasis. So the words
Actually.
that you
Yeah.
will need will be literal, but the sentence will be a little bit different.
Okay. Well, yes, it will be more difficult.
Exactly. So what you need to do, and I suggest, is read the full paper before. Anyway, the audio will give you a window of 20 to 30 seconds to read the full thing.
Okay.
So you will hear the guy saying the instructions, and then it's gonna give you, now look at the questions and see section 2. You know, the guy is gonna give you a couple of seconds to read really quick to have a little context of what you're gonna see. I really,
Okay.
really, really strongly suggest that you start responding in the first play and use the second one as a verification. Okay, that's my tip. If you don't write anything in the first play, you won't have time later to write more. So take the first repetition, the first play, as your opportunity to complete the full exercise. The second one, use it only for verifying. Are you
Okay.
ready?
No.
Teacher,
Jesse, what's up?
I am Jessica.
Yes,
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Jessica.
nice to meet you. Jesse.
Nice to meet you too. With the short phrase, it's more than 2 words.
Possibly.
What is the meaning about? What is the meaning of short
Short phrase. That it can be a group of words that together make one color. Remember, you have a couple of words that together is a green word. A couple of words that together is a blue word.
Yes.
You know, so it's possible that it's only one word, but it's
Okay.
possible.
Okay.
You see, it's never going to be a full sentence. That's going to be not happening, but you will have some information to cover.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. In that case, let's do the simulation. All right, 1, 2, 3, action. Oh, wait. Do you have paper and pencil with you?
No, give me a minute.
Go and give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
Okay.
Teacher, can you zoom it?
You repeat?
Can you zoom it?
Zoom. Yeah, sure. Oof.
Please.
I can pass you. I can pass you the PDF because I will have. If I zoom it, you're gonna lose another question.
Okay.
So it's better that I pass you the PDF. Did I pass you the PDF yesterday? Oh yeah, it's over here, Elsie. You have it.
Oh, it's the same. Sorry.
Yeah. This one right here.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm just trying to open my WhatsApp in the computer. I don't know why my laptop is running slowly.
Oh yeah, and actually I hear you very stopped, like cut.
Yes, I think that is my laptop, but I don't know why.
Probably. What about Jesse? Do you have paper? Paper and pencil?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Let's bring this up. Attention.
So, did you take
15.
Now look at part 2.
This is your opportunity to look. It's going to give you 30 seconds around.
For each question, write the correct answer in the gap. Write one word, or a number, or a date, or a time.
Oh, wait. That was not the audio. That was in the A2 key. Just a second. You're going to listen to a very different conversation. Okay, here we go.
Cambridge English. How did you like the new sports centre?
Well, there's a wide choice.
Question 4.
Better for kids.
Did you watch that programme about... I hadn't thought of that.
I think you...
That account
Over here.
I can see why people reported in the web.
Thanks for inviting variety of... We're really... Before I started work, but I was thrilled to read... These mostly include...
Jesus, can I find it?
Did you watch that programme about the Gobi Desert last night?
You hear a poet talking about his work.
Have the freedom to go anywhere in the lake.
Isn't that a...
Rescue boat is on hand all the time.
sounds great.
It was.
So, how did you like the new sports centre?
Well, there's a wide choice of things to do. It's just that their advertisement said something to suit all the family. Need and want. That's why there wasn't much commentary.
You're right. I hadn't thought of that. Did you watch that programme about the...
That's why there wasn't much commentary.
You're right.
Glad you came.
Well, I wouldn't have missed it for that account.
Team was doing...
I can say I...
Aunt.
Just a second. Yeah, I'm searching. Don't listen.
I can see why people really rate the place.
Yeah.
Perhaps
And as a restaurant, it's not too...
is to come.
Hear a man.
In this region, there is some... As a result of heavy snow, there is... In the north...
Now turn to part 2.
Oh, finally. Here it is.
You will hear a woman called Angela Thomas, who works for a wildlife organisation, talking about the spectacled bear. For questions 9 to 18, complete the sentences with a word or short phrase. You now have 45 seconds to look at part 2.
Thanks for inviting me tonight. As you know, my main interest is in conservation, and I'm lucky enough to work with lots of different organisations looking after animals both in captivity and in the wild. I'd been fascinated by all kinds of bears for a long time before I started working in this field, but it was the spectacled bear that really attracted me. Some people find it appealing because of its size and shape, and it's less well known than other types of bear. But for me, I thought it was such a great name. It comes from the patches of yellowish fur around the bear's eyes, which grow in a sort of circle shape like glasses, Although these golden markings vary greatly from one bear to another and may not be limited to the eyes, they can extend as far as the bear's cheeks or even chest. I'd like to explain what we know about this bear and why I find it so fascinating. It's the only survivor of a type of bear that once ranged across America during the last ice age. We thought that it was only found in certain places in Venezuela and Chile, but I was thrilled to read some reports that suggested it might also be living in northern parts of Argentina and eastern Panama. It's quite difficult to find spectacled bears in the wild because they are quite shy animals and tend to live in a wide variety of habitats, which can range from dry coastal deserts to high mountain areas above 4,000 meters. They are most commonly found in forests, though. Being such timid animals, they tend to come out at night, which is another thing that makes them difficult to see, though, like me, you may be surprised to learn that they don't sleep all through the winter, as many other types of bear do. We're not sure about the actual number of spectacled bears that remain in the wild, but it's been estimated that there are only about 2,400 still around. The bears are endangered, not so much because they are hunted by other animals, but what I find really sad is the fact that humans destroy their habitat. Spectacled bears are quite small compared with other bears, and of course they do have other enemies. These mostly include mountain lions and jaguars, but they remain a smaller threat. The bears are primarily vegetarian, and their normal diet is tree bark and berries. On rare occasions, though, they eat honey, which I thought was just something in children's books. I was interested to find that they are incredibly good climbers, and one thing I found really funny is that they've been known to sit up in a tree for days. They make a platform. Why? I couldn't guess, but they're waiting for fruit to ripen so they can eat it. It's quite surprising that although they rarely eat meat, they have extremely strong jaws and wide, flat teeth. Very occasionally they do eat meat, something like birds or insects, though they like small mice best if they can get them. We're really trying to make people more aware of the bears, and we've made a television series about one man's efforts to make people understand the dangers facing the animals. He spent a long time in Peru studying them and has published a very funny diary of his time there. I hope everyone will read it and support our efforts to help these fascinating creatures. So, are there any questions?
Are there any questions? Go to the chat and tell me the questions, the answers that you have. If you don't have a question to any of them, type a question mark. 1, 2, 3, action. Let me see the chat.
Or could you repeat the instructions?
Type in the chat all your answers, and if you don't have any of the answers, type a question mark on that one. So for example, if you don't have question 10,
Yes.
write a question mark and continue. Type all the answers that you got. Only 9? What about the rest, brother?
I'm writing them.
I,
Oh, you're right.
wait,
Okay. Okay. That's it. Good job, Isaac. So you're missing 3. Interesting. What about Jesse and what about Elsie?
almost ready.
Okay.
Uh, we will send in the chat of Zoom or WhatsApp
Yeah, write all your answers in the chat
of Zoom.
on Zoom. Yes. Mhm. Okay, so Elsie is missing 3 too. Very nice. Okay. Okay, number 14 Elsie cannot be that phrase because you have words from different families. The word destroy is a verb and his habitat is a noun. That is not a phrase. Also, his is assuming that the verb is masculine. You know? And there is an additional thing. In number 14, it says Angela is upset that, and then you have are. So you need a plural noun. That's the only possible word. And destroy is not a noun. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
Very, very good. Mhm. I think that's the only observation I have for you. The rest is number 11. The word is incomplete for you, Elsie. And number 17, Elsie, you need to pay attention more closely to check which of all the creatures that she mentions is the favorite of the bear. They mentioned that creature, but that is not the favorite. Got it?
Yes.
Good. Now, Isaac, number 9 doesn't exist. That word doesn't exist.
Yes, I suppose that.
Exactly. I think you want to say, you heard the word appealing.
Yeah.
But appealing is an adjective. Appealing is similar to beautiful.
Okay.
In question 9, it says, Angela says that it was the, after the, you need a noun, not an adjective. Okay. Number 10, Number 11, we will discover. Okay. Number 12. Okay. Good. Number 14. Okay. Number 16 is in Spanish. Be careful.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
If it's a digital exam, that's gonna cost you some points. Similar to Elsie, number 17, Isaac.
Okay.
Yes, they mentioned that those creatures, but which one is a favorite? And yes, see, we have number 12, 14. $17. Okay, do you have the rest, Jesse?
No, teacher, I am missing a lot.
That's okay, that's okay. We're just making sure. Number 14. Number 14 is impossible. The rest are possible, but number 14, no. Check the, read number 14, yes.
Angela is upset that yes, it's not what he found. It's not found sick.
You see? So you are talking about a
Yes.
danger.
Yes.
This
found
answer
sick.
is not a danger.
Yes.
Okay. The rest are possible. Time to listen again, guys. The first play is to complete sentences. The second one is for verification. Final opportunity. 1, 2, 3.
Now you will hear part 2 again.
Thanks for inviting me tonight. As you know, my main interest is in conservation, and I'm lucky enough to work with lots of different organisations looking after animals both in captivity and in the wild. I'd been fascinated by all kinds of bears for a long time before I started working in this field, but it was the spectacled bear that really attracted me. Some people find it appealing because of its size and shape, and it's less well known than other types of bear. But for me, I thought it was such a great name. It comes from the patches of yellowish fur around the bear's eyes, which grow in a sort of circle shape like glasses. Although these golden markings vary greatly from one bear to another and may not be limited to the eyes, they can extend as far as the bear's cheeks or even chest. I'd like to explain what we know about this bear and why I find it so fascinating. It's the only survivor of a type of bear that once ranged across America during the last ice age. We thought that it was only found in certain places in Venezuela and Chile, but I was thrilled to read some reports that suggested it might also be living in northern parts of Argentina and eastern Panama. It's quite difficult to find spectacled bears in the wild because they are quite shy animals and tend to live in a wide variety of habitats, which can range from dry coastal deserts to high mountain areas above 4,000 meters. They are most commonly found in forests, though. Being such timid animals, they tend to come out at night, which is another thing that makes them difficult to see, though, like me, you may be surprised to learn that they don't sleep all through the winter, as many other types of bear do. We're not sure about the actual number of spectacled bears that remain in the wild, but it's been estimated that there are only about 2,400 still around. The bears are endangered, not so much because they are hunted by other animals, but what I find really sad is the fact that humans destroy their habitat. Spectacled bears are quite small compared with other bears, and of course they do have other enemies. These mostly include mountain lions and jaguars, but they remain a smaller threat. The bears are primarily vegetarian, and their normal diet is tree bark and berries. On rare occasions, though, they eat honey, which I thought was just something in children's books. I was interested to find that they are incredibly good climbers, and one thing I found really funny is that they've been known to sit up in a tree for days. They make a platform. Why? I couldn't guess, but they're waiting for fruit to ripen so they can eat it. It's quite surprising that although they rarely eat meat, they have extremely strong jaws and wide, flat teeth. Very occasionally they do eat meat, something like birds or insects, though they like small mice best if they can get them. We're really trying to make people more aware of the bears, and we've made a television series about one man's efforts to make people understand the dangers facing the animals. He spent a long time in Peru studying them and has published a very funny diary of his time there. I hope everyone will read it and support our efforts to help these fascinating creatures. So, are there any questions?
That is the end of part 2. Let's check it out. Answers, version 2. Go into the chat. Let's see.
Do I have to write all of them again, or only the missing and the answers that I want to change?
Let's do the second one. The missing ones and the ones you want to change.
Okay, sure.
Much better. You're very close in 11, man. Very
Yeah.
close.
Yes, I didn't hear the complete answer. I think that I will put my kittens in the cage for the next exercises because
Okay.
when I try to write or do something, they want to play.
They want to what? Ah, your
Play.
cats.
Yes, my kittens,
Yeah, that's
they are
how.
a disaster.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Or they cause it, mainly. What about 6? No, 15, man. Did you catch 15? Ah, yes, it's over there.
Yes, I'm writing. I don't know if it's correct. I think that I'm not writing it correctly, but
Yeah, no, that's right.
okay.
That's correct.
And let me check the others. One.
Small something. Uh-huh. And 18 is mysterious. Okay.
Yeah, uh, I even got that one.
Okay. That's okay. Let's check Elsie's. Do you have your answers, Elsie? They're coming, right? Perfect, Elsie. There you are. Number 10 is mysterious. Very good. Very nice in 11, Elsie. Good job. Were you familiar with that word?
I heard before.
You heard that. Good.
I heard that
That,
before.
uh-huh. That's useful. That's why it's very important to expose ourselves to the language. 15, $3, that doesn't exist. Well, the word $3 exists, but it was bark, tree bark.
I
Which
don't, I put it because my ears understand that, but I don't think that this is correct.
was right. Yeah, that was a little bit tricky because if you read number 15, says
Mhm.
Angela says that spectacled verbs usually eat something and tree bark. So that's the tree bark we are talking about.
Mhm.
You
Yes,
technically
and
read.
I didn't catch the first word, but I know that there is something before.
There is something before. Mhm. Yeah, you repeated the word. And the last one of has produced an amusing TV series about the time he spent studying the bears. She mentions a TV series, but it was not about the time he spent studying. She starts talking about what the TV series is about, and then he talks about another thing. So that was a little confusing on it. Number 18 is not TV series. In a moment, I give you the answers. The last one, Jesse, your answers. I want to see.
I am not sure. I guess I only changed
Yes, did you find it?
page. So, just one, but I am not sure.
The extraction of their habitats, good. Mhm.
And the other, I didn't catch the word.
Can you move your microphone a little bit because I cannot understand what you're saying.
Sorry. Can you listen?
Uh,
Yes.
Kinda.
Now?
Okay, that's better.
No, sorry.
Oh, that's much better. That's better.
Okay.
That's better.
It's my... Okay, I didn't catch the word, teacher.
Okay,
Right, but I didn't know the meaning, and I didn't listen before. Yes.
right. You're guessing with phonetics, no?
Yes, I write like I wrote like uh, I understood, but
That's okay.
I'm not sure.
That's all good. Okay. Well, in that case, it's time to check it out. Jessie, we have Jessie in the chat, so let's say hello to her. Hello, yes, good night.
Hello, teacher. Good night. Good night,
Hi.
everyone. I will take attendance, please. Is here Jessie? Hello, Jessie. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Thank you. And Elsie. Hello, Elsie. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Thank you, Elsie. Good night. And Isaac. Hello, Isaac.
Hello, good night.
Good night. And Sil. Hello, Sil.
No, it's not
She's not
here
here.
today.
All right. All right. It's okay. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night and good weekend. See you on Monday.
You too, my lady. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr.
Good night.
So this is going to be the answers. Please verify them and check them out.
I have at least two correct.
At least.
Northern.
Northern, exactly.
Ow, ouch. Okay, forest.
Okay, number 13, the winter, yes. Number 14, the/some human or humans. Number 15, berries. Number 15, or 16, sorry, a platform. A platform. Number 17, small or little, and the question mark, no, for some of you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Mice. What is mice?
It's a plural of
Oh,
mouse.
mouse, exactly.
Mouse, yes.
And the last one,
Dairy.
those are the answers. So we need to analyze why, okay? That's the thing that we're gonna do on Monday. But as you can see, the phrases that are permitted are technically in the same color family. If you see funny dairy is what type of word? What color would it be?
Oh, it's like, it's purple one. Is it purple?
Purple one, no, because a
No,
purple one
it
is
was blue, no?
exactly. It should be
And
blue
now,
because it's a noun. All the adjectives that go directly associated to a noun are part of a noun phrase,
okay.
similar to the small and little mice and the platform as well. Most of them are nouns. Berries is a noun. The and some humans is a noun. The winter is a noun phrase. Forest is a noun phrase. Northern is an adjective. That's the reason we couldn't have North Elsie, because North areas, you have two nouns when the adjective northern exists. That's a pretty B2 word. That's the reason I asked you, hey, have you heard that word before? Because that's a very, very, very good way to, a good word for this lab. Okay. The one that nobody caught was number 10. Nobody caught the chest. So is this a different word for you?
I write it in the chat.
Oh yeah, you got it in the second chance, right?
Yes, I wrote, no, in the first.
Oh, right. The first one, can be found on its chest.
Yeah.
Then we need to know what is markings in this case. Bear's markings can be found on its chest, blah, 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 blah. The marking is a different color that the fur has. So if you see the picture, you can see they are like white color and the rest is black. That's a marking. And finally, a noun. So all the words were nouns, as you can see. And you know that because of the previous word or the next word. Okay. Having this in mind, on Monday, we're going to analyze the audio and checking, verifying every single word so we can understand it. Okay. But in
Okay.
this moment, you can relax.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you, teacher. Good night.
Yes, of course. Have a good night. Happy weekend and see you on Monday. And don't spend your money on the Black Friday.
It's too late to say that.
Good job.
Okay. See you, teacher.
Brother,
Thanks.
have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.